Friends, in this video, I'm going to speak with you about a second stimulus package that's being debated on Capitol Hill called the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. You don't want to miss this one. Friends, thanks for joining me. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey. I'm a lawyer and also a concerned citizen of the United States. And so I've been speaking with you guys recently about what's going on Capitol Hill with respect to the stimulus and some things that are on the table. We focused a lot on what's going on the House side, right? Proposals that House Democrats have introduced. And now I'm going to actually speak with you about a new proposal on the Senate side that Senate Democrats have introduced called the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act, which is kind of an interesting proposal. It's a rebate program, and we're going to dive into it in a second. But before we do so, thanks so much for watching this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notice of my videos, which comes out very frequently these days, several times a week. And so you don't want to miss any of my content. Thanks so much for doing it, and thanks for watching and supporting. All right, so let's get into this new rebate program that was just introduced by Senators Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, and maybe one or two other senators on Capitol Hill. And so, like I said, this is a Senate proposal. And let's just talk about how it's structured, what it is, and if this goes through, and what you can likely to expect, right, if it does go through. Let's talk about what's in this proposal. And I'm going to pull up the notes that I have here in front of me, which are my notes, my little handwriting here. I'm going to pull it up on the side so that you could see my notes here. So here we're talking about monthly rebate program to individuals. And so what this looks like, friends, is firstly, $2,000 a month, another $2,000 proposal, $2,000 a month to an individual, right? Or $4,000 a month to a husband and wife who filed jointly, and plus an amount equal to the product of $2,000 multiplied by the number of dependents. And so if you have a husband and wife who have maybe one or two children, you're going to add another $2,000 to the rebate that they're going to receive each month. But there is a limitation here as far as the number of dependents. The number of dependents cannot be more than 3. So then also, in terms of who is eligible for this, it's based on a number of things, right? But firstly, it's based on your income level, just like the first stimulus check, right? It was also based on an income level. And in this proposal, a husband and wife team that filed jointly cannot be earning an income of adjusted gross income cannot be more than $200,000. And in the case of an individual who filed as the head of household, the max income that person earned cannot be more than $150,000, and then $100,000 in the case of a taxpayer not described in subparagraph A or B. All right. And so the funding would begin, friends, in March. So it's retroactive, March 2020. So when would the payments end, friends? The payments would end 3 months after the end of the national emergency that was declared by the Secretary of Health and Human Services on January 31st, 2020. So that's the target for when payments would be made up until. Now let's talk about more eligibility criteria here. Who is eligible to receive this funding? Friends, it's only limited to U.S. citizens and green card holders, because it says here in this section that eligible individuals means any individual other than any non-resident alien, and also any individual with respect to whom a deduction under Section 151 is allowable to another taxpayer for an applicable taxable year beginning in the calendar year in which the individual's taxable year begins. That's very wordy, but it says anyone who is found in that Section 151 of the tax code. And then also estates and trusts are not eligible for this rebate program. Now, the delivery of payments. How will payments get to people? How would it reach them, right? Firstly, the same way the first stimulus check reached folks, right? They looked at the IRS database and determined whether there was an account, a bank account on file that was used by the IRS to deposit a refund. And so they would use that bank account information that's on file. And then if they don't have that data, they would create some sort of stored value cards and make online payment systems available for individuals to obtain their funding. And then last, friends, there's a prohibition in this bill that would prohibit bill collectors, or financial institutions, I should say, from garnishing or freezing any portion of this refund to any debtor. So the money that would be received monthly could not be garnished by a financial institution to pay some sort of debt that you owe. So in summary, friends, this is the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act that was introduced by a number of senators on Capitol Hill. Senator Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, and some others have introduced this. And so we'll see whether this is going to have real traction on Capitol Hill. And as you guys know, we have the House proposals, which is very broad and includes everybody, including non-citizens, right? The Democratic proposals. And then we have this one, Senate proposal. And so at some point, obviously, the chambers will come together and figure out a viable stimulus package that to actually put more money into the hands of Americans, right? And people. So anyway, so I hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to continue to follow up on these proposals because it sounds like, friends, they're taking it very seriously, the idea of putting more money into your hands and on a regular basis, on a monthly basis during the crisis, the COVID-19 crisis in America. So stay tuned for more videos from me on this topic. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this one. And friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.